Thank you very much. It is exciting to be here and to be part of this great event. And a few things that I've learned just in sitting here. One quick story. Todd does a lot of business. If you don't know him, I encourage you to look at what all he has been able to create. There's almost nothing going on in Central Arkansas that he doesn't have a hand in. And I don't say this as a negative, but this is actually the first business announcement that he's had that he's invited me to. But like I said, I don't say that as a negative, but it shows how special this is to him and how much he believes in this project, how much he believes in this company, and more importantly, how much he believes in you, Justin. And he does not invest in things that he doesn't know can and will be successful. And so when he called, I knew it was something I wanted to be part of, because he has what you might consider the Midas touch these days. And at the end of the day, I will bet on a couple farm boys from Arkansas any day of the week over just about any other type of leader to take over and run a company, because I know that they will not quit until they see it reach its full potential and until they build something that is truly successful and meaningful. And so, Todd, thank you for what you're doing here in the state of Arkansas, and for letting me be part of this event. Maybe if I do an okay job, I'll get to come back for another one, because I know that this is, you're only just getting started here. But something else that I've noticed, I have the opportunity to participate in a lot of these events. And frankly, just in the last couple of weeks, we have done several jobs announcement events. And that's a great thing for our state. It's something I'm really proud of. Very few of them start with the prayer, start with bringing their pastor up. And I think that says a lot about you. One of the things I loved was not only that you had your pastor as the lead of this event, it shows where your heart is, who you are at your core. You were able to name off dozens of people sitting around this room without ever looking at a note. It shows that you are not just the head of this company, but you are invested personally. I mean, that's not something you see every day. And so really honored and proud that I get to be here and celebrate what I think is a great achievement. I'm also have been sitting here thinking of what event I might want to mention that I too would like to attend in front of you, because clearly if you bring it up based on their pastor's story, you may or may not spend all night waiting out in the rain for tickets. I was going to go with like Dolly Parton, would be really cool to see before the end, but I'm picking up on a basketball theme, so I'm going to think about it a little more and I'll come back to you on what we may all want to go to. But in all seriousness, you have really created something special, and I'm honored to be here and appreciate the kind introduction. I want to say a big thank you to our team at AEDC. Much like you, none of the things that happen in our state and all of the great jobs announcements that we've been able to make and the growth and economic development that we have had in our state happens by just what I'm able to do, but because I'm surrounded by an incredible team, Hugh McDonald and Clint O'Neill, and the local partnership that we have here in North Little Rock. I think I saw the mayor somewhere. There he is. He does a great job leading the city of North Little Rock, and he's also a lot of fun. And so, Mayor, great to see you and appreciate all of your leadership. And a big thank you to Conveyor Technologies. I know that your success is because you have built that great team, and so grateful for the continued commitment that you have and that you've shown. I get to spend a lot of time with people that are business leaders around the state, men and women who have built amazing companies. And I love the theme that I've heard about being Arkansas proud already here this morning. Several months ago, a good friend of mine, Scott Ford, who knows a little something about building a great business here in Arkansas, shared a story with me. He said that he was talking to one of his colleagues that he ran into on the street in New York during a business trip. They struck up a conversation, and the man asked him why, after all of his success in business, he was still living in a place like Arkansas. And Scott responded to him, and I absolutely love this quote, and I think it is so true. He said, "I hope that before your days are finished, you'll realize that you too could have lived in Arkansas all of these years. And I think that is such a great testament and such a great theme of what we see taking place here this morning. There's something in the water in the natural state. It doesn't matter if it's advanced manufacturing like what you're doing here, retail, banking, agriculture. If you crack a door for an ambitious Arkansan, they're going to fling it open and run right through. And that's exactly what people like Todd and Justin do every single day. 3 decades ago, Justin realized that Americans weren't really building drum motors anymore. And his big idea wasn't to keep buying cheap ones from overseas like everyone else was doing, but to build them here and to do it better than anybody else. And that's exactly what we see behind us today. We're lucky that he's from Central Arkansas, because that meant that this region was a perfect place for him to set up shop. And we're especially lucky that our region is connected by road, by river, rail, and runway to the entire rest of the country, helping conveyor technology grow into the major company that it is today. But most important of all is business culture. And that's something that you've seen on display all morning already. It's reflected in the speakers who came before me. They're not just building a great business, they're great people, and they're creating an environment where businesses of all kinds can thrive, and a culture where people actually want to work. In state government, that's the kind of flywheel effect that we want. That's why we've cut taxes by 20% in 2 years, because more money in Arkansans' pockets means more spending, more growth, and more jobs. It's why we focused so heavily on education and workforce, because better curriculum and better teachers mean better students and better employees. And it's why we're helping and investing in businesses like conveyor technology, by expanding our electric grid, cutting red tape, and because a strong industrial base means a strong economy. And working and focusing on the type of culture that we recognize and that we praise and we celebrate is something that we really want to lean into here in the state of Arkansas. It's very evident that you have created and built something really special. We're proud that we get to play a small part in it. We look forward to seeing this business continue to grow and expand, and to do that right here in Arkansas. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for what you've built. More importantly, thank you for who you are and the way you represent our great state. Thanks for letting me be here.